Okay. Hello, friends. Garnet here. Welcome to the Geode. Hi. I'm gonna wave at you here. So today we are gonna be trying out some new paints. Let me introduce my kitten. This is Gertie right here. She's gonna be assisting. She's watching over the whole process. The paper that I'm going to be using is Arches. It's spelled A-R-C-H-E-S, but you pronounce it Arches. I'm going to turn the music down just a little. Okay, and let's get started. So when I am putting paints in pans, I like to have a place that I'm going to put them. So I have a lot of new paints and I'm very excited about them. I'm going to be putting them in here. All of the new paints that I have are Da Vinci permanent, and they are artist grade, which is very exciting for me. And they've all been used before, but I was able to get this awesome haul here on Facebook Marketplace, and I'm very excited to put them out and try them. So first I'm going to count them really quick. I think that there are around 30, 40, 2, 4, let's see here. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36. Okay, we got 36 new paints. We're gonna go ahead and I keep my extra pans in this one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15, 18. I'll also be labeling these as I go. Man, I don't know if I have that many half pans, empty half pans. Ooh, I'm so very excited here. Let's see. Some of these I have put magnets on the bottom of already, right here like this, because that way I can put them on any metal palette like this, or really whatever I want to, and they'll stay on. Others I have not put magnets on the bottom yet, but I will get to them. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Two, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 35. That's funny. Okay, so I might be one pan short, but that'll be okay. I do have all of these full-size pans. I usually like to do half-size pans just so that I can fit more colors in nice small palettes. Alright, when I use a brush today, I'll probably be using this one. This one is a pretty cheap travel brush that I got on Amazon. Fumui, F-U-M-M, or F-U-U-M-U-U-I is, I think, how you spell that. I like them because they have an end like this that turns into a handle, but when you're storing it, it turns into a cover for the tip, and then it's safe and can go around in your pocket or your purse or wherever. But I really just need a basic brush today for this, so I'm going to be using this one. If I need anything really small, I'll probably use this Royal and Langnickel 2. It's just a round 2. This is round 8. And let's see. Really, that should cover everything that we need to do today. So let's pick a... I want to pick a couple really pretty paints and try out a bookmark. I really like making bookmarks. Bookmarks are a great tester. Let's see. I'm thinking I'm gonna make a couple. I'm gonna make some aspen trees over a snowy sky, or over snow with a pretty sunset in the background. So I'm gonna want a purpley red, maybe. Let's try violet iron oxide. I'm curious about this one. So we're gonna use that. I want a pretty blue, cobalt turquoise. And the beauty of this is that if these don't look good together, that's fine. It won't matter. Ooh, this looks pretty. What is this? Lilac permanent. Oh my goodness. Yes, we've got to use lilac. And then lastly, a nice yellow. Naples yellow is not usually not what I'm going for. Let's see. Here's a cadmium yellow. That would be a nice warm yellow. Okay, let's do that. And then we will use a black. Lamp black. Okay, I think with those colors I'll be able to achieve what I have in my mind. Oh wait, maybe this one. Perylene maroon. Ooh, I might trade that one out for this. Okay. There we go. I'm excited. Okay, so I'm only gonna do 5 of these, right? I'm gonna get my 5 pans ready. Those 5 ready. And for now, we're gonna scoop the rest of these. Sorry, did I disturb you, Cat? Hey, Bracood, how are you? Bracood, today we are just chilling. I am gonna put some new paints in some pans and make some bookmarks. How are you, friend? Yes, Cat, I know you're cute. Alright, so before I get going here, next thing I need to do is decide how large my bookmarks are going to be. Or bookmark, we're going to start with 1. Dibs on a blue bookmark, okay. Oh, sounds good, Bracood. Haven't gotten that far yet, but we will. Let's see, if I want to divide this up into multiple bookmarks. I think this is a... Oh, I thought it was a 9x12, but clearly it's not, because... Currently in Burley. Awesome! 12, 13, 14. It looks more like a 12x14, 10x14. Yeah, it's a 10x14. Okay. Is 5 inches too short for a bookmark? Probably. Then we will have to divide the bookmarks this way. So we'll want 7 inches in. So right now what I'm doing is just determining where my bookmarks are going to be divided. Yeah, 7 inches seems about good for a bookmark. Yeah, I think that's kind of the size of a... let's see, and then if this is 10, how do I want to divide this? I could divide it by 2 inches? Is that going to be wide enough for a bookmark? Yeah, that would work. Okay. Let's go ahead and make a mark every 2 inches. 2 on the 4, on the 6, and on the 8. Then we'll just go ahead and line that up. I love this metal square, by the way. It's wonderful. It's not very calm music, but you know, we're just hanging out. So we can listen to exciting music while we do it, I guess. Rakud, these are the paints that I got that I am so excited about. I haven't used them yet, and I'm about to. That one didn't show up at all. Maybe I can, I'll do this. Use a longer edge. The next thing I'm gonna do is tape this off so that my bookmarks are nice and divided. Rakud, I don't think anybody cares about the painting, but it's okay, because I enjoy it and it's good for me. Let's right about like that. And now we're gonna divide these ones. Here, I want to divide this. This way my bookmarks are going to have a nice little white border, and when I cut, they'll each have 1/4 of an inch. I think this is half inch painter's tape. So when I divide it up in half, that will be 1/4 inch. And they don't need to be perfect, but they'll be great. Greater than rando's wishes. Yeah. Man, don't know where all this black cat hair is coming from. I wonder. That did not help the black cat hair problem, but that was my own fault. This is looking, not quite right to me. The ones on the left side are looking different. So I'm gonna go ahead and lay this out and fix this tape. I'm apparently slowly going upwards. There we go. One more. nicely. Right about there. Okay, and then finally, oh, thank you. Hey, Soulstar. We do have the cat. Oh, look at that. We have a bot already. Fantastic. That's how we know we've made it. Made it in the streaming world. So when I put the tape on this edge, I'm gonna get only half of it on there because I only want a 1/4 inch border. There we go. Pull out the cat hair. How are you, Soulstar? Haven't talked to you for a couple days. Gonna turn this around. Lay down our outer edge. Also, how is my volume when I talk? If anybody could let me know if that's loud enough, that would be greatly appreciated. That music just seems to get louder and louder, which is exciting. That excitable music. One more, and then we'll be done. Okay. Okay, now that my bookmarks are marked out, I think the next thing I'm gonna do is turn it right side up and think about some bookmarks. Think about what scene I want to do on here. I'm going to start with, I'm gonna use more masking tape to block out some aspen trees. Now, in order to do this, I don't want it to look perfectly straight anymore. So I'm actually gonna take it and change the shape. It doesn't need to be perfectly, I don't know, I'll get it. I'm gonna slowly get wider at the bottom. I might use this in a bit. All right. Then on the bottom, I'm going to make it slightly rounded, as though this was a tree coming out of snow. I was hoping that my left side of the tape wouldn't look too straight, but it does, so I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna peel it up. And cut in just a few places. trying to let it get skinnier toward the top. That looks better. I want it to be just a little bit crooked. Like that. Nice. And then I'm actually going to use this tape, these little bits as well, and let them be some branches coming up off of it. I'm gonna do one final really skinny one right here. Going up like that. Okay, then let's do a second aspen tree. It's maybe not gonna be yeah, we'll make it just as tall. Let's see. Hey! How are you, Elride? I got some new paints. And since it is Watercolor Wednesday, I am going to be painting a couple bookmarks with them as I put them out on as I get them out of the tubes and put them in some pans. So what I'm doing right now is actually blocking off parts of the paper that I want to stay white while I do a sunset on the back. Hopefully it will be really pretty. So this is very arts and crafts. Watch me cut tape. It's not even red tape, I'm cutting through blue tape. Doesn't seem as exciting. But I'm imagining a winter scene here with like some snow banks here and some aspen trees. So that's what I'm making. But really, it's an excuse to play with new paint. That's exactly what this is. I've also never painted an aspen tree before, and I am curious. I've seen it done in watercolor and it's been really pretty. Or I've seen paintings of them, rather. Okay, so now that I've got the edges of that done, I'm going to round off the bottom slightly so that it can look like snow is up over the bottom. There we go. I'm gonna put this one right. I'm gonna make it down a little bit further. There we go. Okay, good. I think that one needs some branches too. Plus, I've already got all of these little skinny bits of tape, so why not? There we go. Trees. Exactly! Doesn't it look like trees? They're starting to look like tree silhouettes. That's too vertical. That one actually is just not working for me. Let's change this one to right about there. Okay. Yeah, this one looks good. Let's make some going off of here. Nope, that one doesn't have enough stick left in it. Ha, get it? Stick? Yeah, sorry. I feel like this needs something down here too. I'm gonna bend it just a little bit to kind of give it more shape. And this is not very calm music. We're gonna skip this. There we go. Peaceful days, that's better. Do we need any more branches? Maybe one more. One more down here. And then we're gonna call it good. This one I'm gonna use okay. Good. Looking good. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, now I'm gonna set this aside while I plate my paint out. So, these are the colors we're gonna be using. I've never used any of these colors before, and I'm very excited. Any of these paints, rather. So, when you are plating your paints, it's kind of a messy process, but first what I do is I label my pans. And what I do is on the side, I write the brand, and for DaVinci, I just use DV. And then I also write Pro, because these are professionals, and then I put lamp black. So I'm going to do it for all of these. DV Pro. CAD Yellow Medium. Lilac Permanent. I'm really excited about this one. That's such a pretty color. Lilac Permanent. Then our Cobalt Turquoise. That sort of says turquoise. And lastly, Perylene. I don't know how to even pronounce this word. P-E-R-Y-L-E-N-E. Pyrylene? Perylene? P-E-R-Y-L-E-N-E. Maroon. All right. Next, you want to have your water. And we're going to go ahead and plate. I use a needle because when you put... Ooh, you know what? I might need some pliers. 1 second. Hi. Yes. We're going to be using these nice little guys. I actually really love these pliers. I hadn't used them. They might not actually be big enough for this. Dang it. Alright, take two. Alright. Guess we're not going to use those ones. We will be using these ones, hopefully. Yeah, that worked much better. Okay, got my paint loosened, got the right pan. It's nice and wet still. So to put paint in your pan, I like to start at one side. I hold it from the bottom and I squeeze until it's until it looks about 3/4 full, 2/3 full. And then I try not to leave air in the tube, so when I'm going to put the lid back on, I squeeze the tube up to this point. Before screwing the lid back on. And all of these little chunks that are falling off, because they're dried up paint, those I'm actually just going to drop right in that pan, because eventually I'm going to be using these pans when they're dry anyway. Can't quite get that threaded right. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to overly tighten that. So I'm going to pick up all these little bits that I know are just that color. I'm dropping those pigments in. Then I take my needle. Why don't you want air? Because I don't want the paint in the tube to dry out. And my thinking is that the least air in there, the longer it will stay wet. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir this up. I am stirring this to try to get all of the bubbles out. There aren't gonna be many bubbles in what came straight out of the tube, but there are gonna be bubbles like in the corner of the pan and stuff like that, especially since it's kind of thick paint. And I'm gonna sweep it off on the needle like that, and then I let this dry. So I actually have a little pan here that I'm gonna fill up with my wet pans and then let them dry there. And I know that the cat won't get in it because this is a drawer. But the problem that gives me is that there is still a bunch of paint here on my needle, and I want to use it because I'm excited to use it. So I'm gonna scoop some of it just off on here. And then that's as much as I can do. I'm gonna use my brush to rub off the needle a little bit. Get the rest of that blue off. And then when I do my bookmark, that's the blue I'm gonna be using. So I'm gonna go ahead and plate the other ones. Let's go ahead and do this maroon one. Okay. that lid was not super tight. Again, I'm going to start in the corner and try to fill out the corners so that I don't have to deal with the air bubbles. And then I'm going to squeeze until the air is out of the tube, until it's about even. And go ahead and spin that on. I'm also going to intentionally crack off some of this maroon, because since I'm making dry pans anyway, I might as well use that. Anywhere that I think I might actually have bits of the cobalt, I'm not going to put that in there because I want it to be pure. And I know that my needle is clean. I'm going to go ahead and dip it once more. Wipe it off with the paper towel to make sure. Also, if your needle is wet, you can, it slides through the paint a little bit better. Bubbles in your half pans don't really matter that much. It's just, it makes the paint more likely to crack as it dries and flake and bits to fall out. And I like mine to usually be as free of that as possible. I'm gonna wipe my needle off right there on the edge. Oh, it's pretty red. It's beautiful. Hey. Put it over in the little thing to be ready to dry. Then I'm gonna wipe it off on my palette. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. Washing off my needle. Lots of people use toothpicks for this, but I feel like the toothpick absorbs more. I just like using the needle. Hey, always. Okay, sounds good. Thank you for being here. Nothing super exciting is happening right now anyway. The excitement's gonna come when I have these 5 colors plated out. Okay, let's do... I'm gonna go ahead and plate the yellow and the violet now. Lilac, pardon me. And then I'll do the black after I actually paint the sky here. Okay. Okay, I've got the right pan, starting in the corner, and I'm trying to squeeze from back of the tube. Trying to fill out the bottom of the pan. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Leaving not much air. And just finger tightening the tube. Then I'm gonna dip my needle and go ahead and stir it around. Ooh, this one has more bubbles, I can tell. I see them surface as I stir. It's also very thick though, so I don't know how well they're popping, but it's fine. Honestly, one of the reasons that I started using watercolor in the first place is because I was so tired of acrylics drying super fast, and then I felt like I was wasting paint, and oils that are such a mess and never dry. Watercolor is awesome because when you want it to be wet, you get it wet. When you want it to be dry, you wait for a few minutes and then it's dry. Okay. I had a trash can for my little pieces of paper, but now I don't know what I'm doing with them. Oh well. Okay. And last, not least, we're gonna do this cad yellow medium, making sure that my palette's clean in case bits fall off. Okay, good. I'm glad that I'm not needing the pliers for all of these. Just needed it for that one. Cadmium yellow is a pretty warm yellow. Okay. Gonna squeeze that up here. I'm hoping that the warmth of this yellow and the red will be really pretty with the sky that I'm hoping to make, that I've got in my mind. I'm gonna have to be a little bit forgiving of what the sky might end up looking like, because I've never worked with these colors and I'm not even swatching them. Let's just go ahead and do the black and then I'll stir both these. Black is not a color that I actually use very often. Often I end up mixing my own black with just a very dark blue. Okay, got the right pan. With a very dark blue and a dark brown. And I use that as my black. But since it's here, I'm gonna try it. Okay, just finger tightening that black. I've still got a little bit of violet on this needle, I can tell, or lilac. I'm gonna do the yellow first. Need a little bit of water. It's also very thick. Might have to switch the video game music for the exciting video game music for calm video game music. This is beautiful and I love it, but it's definitely not calm, which is kind of what I was thinking about doing tonight. Here's that yellow. Sometimes you can tap it off a little bit and see if you're gonna get that going on. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and rub the yellow, as much yellow off of my needle as I can get here so I can use it. And then I will clean it off. Although the yellow honestly wasn't going to affect the black very much. But I've got that water on there. I'm gonna go ahead and stir the black. The black is very, very thick. You can see it's pretty difficult to stir. I might actually just get a drop of water there, which will help me get it down in that pan a little bit better as it melts in the water. Now the black is just like a tarry glob on the end of my needle. Well, that's fun. Ooh. This is like, it looks so very, very black. Just trying to make sure it's in all the corners. As I stir it, like climbs up my needle. This is so much fun. It looks like a poisonous ichor of some kind. Okay, I'm gonna... It finally matches our music. Okay. I will put these up. Ready to go? And I'm gonna go ahead and plate it. Lots of times when I'm trying out new paints and putting them in pans, what I do actually is not this. Lots of times I swatch them first, which is what I could be doing, but we're not. Okay, I'm gonna clean up my stuff real quick. Little bits of tape, stuff that I don't need anymore. I'm gonna make space and bring the paper back. Wait. So let me think about this. I want my yellow to pink to blue, so I want my blue on the top. I'm gonna go ahead and get this brush. It's a nice thirsty brush. You know what? For this part, I'm also gonna work with my paper sideways. No, I'm not. Let's see. Hey. Fine. How are you? I have plated out 5 different paints, and now I'm going to actually paint with them. No, I've just been getting them in the pans and stuff. Yeah, I am. They're pretty. So first I'm going to make sure that all of my tape is pressed down firmly. Both the edge tape and the tape that's masking off the trees. Then I'm going to go with my blue. And I don't want it to be super runny, because if it is, it's going to be... I won't be able to get it to not run down along the sides of the tree. But it needs to be runny enough that I can blend it downwards into the next color. It's pretty. I like it. Let's take the lilac and add it in there. And I'm just pretending that that tape isn't there. Slowly, as I add more of the lilac, the blue is getting used up on my brush. And then I'm going to go ahead and use some of this red. That's pretty. And then lastly, I'm going to go into the yellow. I'm going to overlap up into the red so that we get some orange going on in there. And with that yellow, I'm going to make sure that I define some slopes. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, I like it. Now before it dries, I'm actually going to go in with a little bit more of the blue on the top of this. I want it to be darker there. And we'll go in with some more of the lilac. You always have to be careful when you're going from a purple color to a yellow, because lots of times it will try to make a brown kind of in the middle. That's why I put a slight red between them, so that we didn't get brown, because I don't want brown in my sky. So that's going to be the horizon of our snow. But now what I'm going to do is actually get just a tad of yellow on my brush and paint some reflection in the snow. So I'm going to leave kind of a very faint white there at the top. And then do a really light yellow like that, and get just a tad of that red. Move it in there. You might not even be able to see it on film, but there's just enough. And then lastly, I'm going to take just a really watered down of the lilac and paint it out like this. So basically I'm just mirroring what's going on in the sky. And I'm using kind of a dry brush so that if it isn't exactly even, that's fine. And then we let it dry. Shouldn't take it too long. We are in a pretty dry climate where I live, and I'm actually going to blow on it, so. And it doesn't have to be fully dry before you take the tape off, it just has to be dry enough that it's not going to spread down. So for example, because I did this yellow, the most time has passed since I did this yellow layer. I'm going to start by peeling off that right there. Oh, very nice. Okay. This one I'm not going to do yet because I just barely did that part and it's still kind of wet. But we are going to go ahead and take all of these little bits of tape off. Ooh, that one's under that tree. I forgot. Never mind. Ooh, I like this music. Really, Armor? Want $100 of RP? Oh my gosh, Armor, I would buy so many cool skins. I would love that. If that is what you want to do, I would love it. How are you doing, Armor? Ooh, that one's pretty. Are you gonna play League? You want to be my jungler? Yeah, Armor, I am gonna play League. When I'm done painting these trees, I am gonna play League. And I would love to have you be my jungler. Armor, if you're sending me RP, I will tell you, I want to be practicing Vigar right now. And I played him a little bit yesterday and he was really fun. But I want to play him on bot with Geo as my Pantheon support. Oh, so pretty. There's something really magical about masking and then painting colors over stuff and then pulling off the tape, and you've got this kind of negative painting. I'll support you, Zig. Never mind. Oh my gosh. Levi, the Ziggs Vigar bot. Oh, see, that's just gorgeous. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, before I actually paint on the trees, this has to be really totally dry. And it's getting there. I'm gonna switch to my smaller brush. Hey, Bracood! I'm gonna switch to a nice small brush for the trees. Maybe... I know I said earlier that I was gonna use this one, but I don't want to. I don't like that brush. I really need to go through my brushes and get rid of the ones that I don't like. But... okay, I'm gonna use this one. This one's a Royal and Langnickel 4. But yeah, the only Vigar skin that I have is the Leprechaun Vigar. I got it for free in a pack, and it was fun. I like it. But I know that Vigar has some really fun skins. Okay, let's try out the black. Oh, hey, that wasn't paint, that was a black cat hair. Okay. We're just gonna give this a go. So what I'm gonna do first is some of these branches will have to be coming kind of on my side of the tree. Ooh, okay. We're gonna get some more water here and water that down a bit. And just gonna put some dark on the side that we want to be more in shadow. I'm also gonna put some paper down so that my hand rests on this, because I don't want the oil from my hand to make it to work as a mask. Dang it, there's a cat hair in this tree now. Well, fine. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It'll come out later. There we go. So I'm putting the black on all of the tree, but I'm making it a little bit darker on that left edge. I'm also using right now this Arch paper that I so love so much. Now this part would also be in shadow here. on this branch that I wanted to be on the side facing us, I've made the black just kind of on the bottom because it's really going to be the shadow here. I'm giving it just a little bit of I'm now going to kind of put in some texture going sideways a little bit, going in a horizontal way. Okay. Let's smooth that out so that it can lead to the left. Okay, this branch is also going to be coming from the other side of that tree, so that's fine. Which tree is in front? Okay, this tree is in front. So I now need to do its side. Luckily, it has no branches going out to the left for some reason. I don't know why. Trees are like that. Not like I made the tree. Okay. So I'm putting, I'm letting the line on the left side be pretty harsh, or rather a good edge, you know? And then on the right side, I'm just using my brush damp and letting it bleed out to the right so that it kind of gives that form shadow. Good. Now on the right, I've got to decide that some of these branches are on our side. So this branch can be coming out of ours right here, maybe. Such pretty music. I'm gonna let that be black on the bottom. And there would be a little bit of shadow under it there. That was blacker than I wanted it to be, so I'm lifting out some of that color. That one can be coming out of over there. This branch belongs to this other tree, so it would have black right up along the bottom, and then can shadow upward. Okay. And then, ooh, but we would have this in front of it actually, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to cover that up. There we go. Worked just fine. And lastly, this branch can be out in front of us on our side. Again, I'm gonna lift some of that out. Actually, I'm just gonna smooth it out. Alright, so I put the shadow on some of these branches. Let's do these other two. I have to decide this little tiny branch we'll have coming in right there like that. And then I can go ahead and do the shadow on this one as long as I don't accidentally touch that line that I made there. Because if I do, it's gonna make it bleed. But also, if I do, it really doesn't matter because it's art and it can be that way. Go ahead darken that up a little bit. Okay, we're gonna go back to the tree on the right now. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that black, so I don't want it to be super dark, but darker than I was doing. So here I'm just adding in more color. I know what aspen bark looks like, but I don't have it sitting in front of me, so I'm making it up as I go. But I really love aspen and birch bark, so pretty. Anywhere that I have a chance, I'm gonna angle it slightly in almost a V or a U shape here, because this is a rounded form, and so if you have contour lines here, they would be going in a cup shape there. Whoop, that was darker than I wanted. So I'm just building up the color. I want the sky to be very ethereal, and then the trees to look solid, you know? And so I'm just trying to do random darker shapes here and there. I am trying to keep more of the darker shapes on the left because I want that part to be more in shadow than the right side, just so it gives it a sense of, oh, there's light coming from a real direction. The branches, I'm gonna do almost, you know, they're really small. They really just need some little marks to make it obvious that, oh yeah, there's texture on that piece too. And pretty much any little spots or lines that you do are going to accomplish that on the branches, I hope. This one that's poking up in the sky, I'm not even going to worry about trying to shadow that on one side. I'm just going to do the little dots. Okay. Now I'm going to do the shading on this tree a little bit. I'm going to give this one some intentional rounded lines down here at the bottom, the base, to help the viewer's eye pick that up as, oh right, this is a rounded shape. Or rather cylindrical surface. Rounded surface, rather. I'm deciding that I like a little bit stronger black in here, so I'm going for it. Then I'm just gonna see what happens if I kind of just pull it out. Really, I need to make sure that my darker darks are on the tree in front, which is actually my tree on the right. So after doing this, I'll probably have to darken this tree up a little bit more, but this branch that I want to be coming right out of the side here. I find that my hand is starting to make more patterns, and I've got to say, no, hand, we're not making patterns. Too dark. I'm actually gonna just lift some of that out because it's way darker than I was going for. Okay. Yeah, working with a black pigment is kind of different. I like it. It's just it's very strong. Okay, now, yeah. Oh.
I was doing work on the Wi-Fi and I didn't realize I just shut all the Wi-Fi off for a second.
Okay.
Should be covered.
Okay. So can they still hear? Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Yeah, I think it's really pretty. These are some new paints that I got. There was a person selling their professional, all of their professional paints of this specific brand. I better start it again, maybe. How long do you think?
Or you might, if your phone says it's connected, you can just take it off. Just see it.
Yes, it says on connected.
Try switching this.
I turned the Wi-Fi off and back on. Right. I'll do that. Okay. Alright. We're gonna try. Okay. Great. Fixed. Thank you. That was pretty cute though, if I turn on the cat cam. Oh, look at that cat. She's so cute. She's so helpful. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's a cute cat. Perfect. Perfection in the form of a feline. Okay, great. Well, that let my trees dry for a minute anyway. That's good. So Next, I'm gonna make the tree in back. I'm still gonna add some more on the left side. Oh. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Now that tree in the back looks almost solid. I'm gonna give it some more shadows down at the base here. I'm also kind of defining the edge a little bit better. Down here in the snow especially, because I want it to stand out. But it now kind of looks a little bit too much like a line to me right here. So I'm just gonna rough that out. Now on this other tree, we're gonna take some watered down black and make sure to just dab some places here. Good. And then I'm gonna define its edges down here on the bottom as well. Okay, now I want to get a thinner brush. Maybe even thinner. I might actually, let me see what happens if I use my liner. So they call this a liner brush. It's very long and thin. I'm gonna get some even darker darks on it and see if I can use it to make the marks that I'm imagining here. So I'm picking some of the darker spots that I made before and just making sure that it has some more texture. This is not giving me as much control as I want. Okay, different brush. You know, we'll try this one. This one's a size 2 round. My brush, I'm using it pretty dry here. Yeah, that's working a little bit more how I was going for. Okay. Go ahead and just make some more little looks like that. I'm going to overly exaggerate this line right here because I want it to appear that that branch is in the front. Okay, this... I'm not feeling this music. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the tree in the back. In some of the darker places. Just trying to make sure that it's got the textures in there that I want. Giving a few little spots to the branches. Up on top, right now, it doesn't look so much like this tree's in front. So I'm going to darken up its edge a little bit. And then smooth it out. And I want it to, this branch to look like it's coming out towards us. Alright, I'm trying to decide if that is enough. I think I'm going to, now that the blue is good and dry, I'm going to actually make it a little bit darker blue down here at the front so that it kind of defines the edge of the bookmark. There we go. I'm gonna make it even slightly darker. The snow probably wouldn't reflect this much, but I want it there. Okay. Armor, that is, that sounds painful. But you know, to each their own. Oh, gosh. Alright, now as soon as that's dry, I'm gonna go ahead and make some shadows of, shadows for, the trees. And then we'll be good. I'm gonna add some more black on the trees now while I'm waiting for it to dry. Really, I would just leave it if I was ready to go ahead and paint in the shadows of the trees, but that's too wet, so. You know, I also want it to look like there's kind of a... I want it to look like this snow is further back over there. Like this is kind of coming down in front here, and I don't know how to do that. No, it's fine. It can just stay like that. Alright. That's probably dry enough. I'm gonna take my thicker brush again. And I'm gonna use the black. I'm gonna mix my black with the blue I want this shadow to be like a cold gray. And let's see, where do I want my sun to be? It's over here on the right. I think the shadow comes like this. Okay. Now I'm going to make some marks there right up against the tree. I'm getting it wet. And if it's not quite a straight line, that's okay. It just looks like the snow is kind of shaped, you know? Which is good, because we want it to look a little bit shaped. And then I'm gonna dab in some of that pigment right up against the base of the trees. Because I want it to be darker there than as it goes away. And then I'm gonna get my brush mostly clean and just slightly damp and just barely smooth out the edges of the shadow so that it can run like that. Because as shadow gets further from the thing that's casting it, as a cast shadow that is, it becomes less defined. So I want it to look like it's kind of going away there. And these are going to be pretty steep shadows because it's clearly like a sunset or something. Either sunset or sunrise going on here. I'm going to smooth out a couple blooms as they happen. Honestly, I think that looks rather pretty. Yeah, I think it looks really good. So, that is our bookmark. I'm not going to take it off until I've done the other bookmarks on this page, at least these other 4 bookmarks. And yeah, I think that looks great. Oh, that's okay, Nashi. How are you? Welcome. We have painted a bookmark. Yeah. And with some new paints that I got and I've been pretty excited about, I'm trying to decide now if I should paint another bookmark or if I should quit. Oh, it's okay, Nashi. You use your garnet bookmarks every day. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. Well, let's just paint a very loose bookmark then, just for fun, since you just got here. Also, that means I need to pick some more colors. Okay, we're gonna let this one dry. And I'm gonna pick some pretty colors. Nashi, pick a pretty flower color. Let me get a couple greens. Here's a sap green. And that. Ooh, a yellow ochre. I love that in flowers and stuff. Lilac is nice. Okay, good. I did already, I put this lilac out already, so let me see what I've got in this fun little box of... I found a person who was selling their old, well, not old, but paints that they didn't use anymore, and they are really nice paints. They're artist's grade. Oh, that's funny. This is a sap green. And this is a sap green. These two are the same. Okay. Oh, that means that I have enough pans. Ooh, here's a mauve. Sounds fun. And they're very quality paints, and I'm really excited to have them. Violet iron oxide. Okay. Man, I think I used that look already, so let's do these two. We'll do these 5. Okay, so gonna pull out 5 pans for them. So Nashi, what have you been up to? How are you? Again, I'm going to label them all. DV Pro. Yeah, the kitty cat's happy. Here's a tail. I'm gonna pull on it. She's like, oh, you're pulling on my tail. Okay, so I'm labeling my little pans. I usually put the brand on the end, and then I write the what the paint is. Let's see, so yellow ochre on the side. All right, we got that one. Ochre is green dark. Sap green. Mauve. And cerulean blue genuine. What, as opposed to the cerulean blue ingenuine, I guess? Alright, there's definitely not enough space on that little thing to write cerulean blue genuine, so I've got cerulean blue gen. Okay, great. Now I'm gonna clean off my needle again. Hey, Kenneth! Would Bob Ross be proud? Bob Ross, I feel like Bob Ross is proud no matter what you do. I don't think you can disappoint Bob Ross. He's just so happy. We painted one bookmark, but we're gonna paint a second that's in a very different style here. So first, I'm gonna move my paper so that I don't mess it up. Make sure I've got the right paints. Genuine, mauve, sap green. Okay. You made pancakes. Very nice. I like pancakes. Pancakes are good. I make pancakes at least once every other week. Because whenever we have the kids, they always want pancakes for breakfast on Saturdays. So this is the yellow ochre. I'm gonna do this in a little bit more of a streamlined way than I did before. This one's top is so big it barely fits in there. I'm gonna go ahead and plate them out, and then I'm gonna do the stirring. Ooh. I'm a little bit concerned. This looks like that yellow ochre might have sprung leaks on the sides. Oh, nope. That's dry. We're good. I am gonna break that yellow ochre, those chunks off if I can. And just go ahead and drop them right in there, because this is, I'm plating these out so that it can dry like this. 2 for you, 2 for each of your dogs. That's good. Were they thankful? Do they like the butter and syrup too, or do they just get regular pancakes? Ooh, that's pretty. So I have never before put the wrong paint in the wrong pan, but I can totally see myself doing that. So I'm pretty careful when I'm putting these out. Here's the mauve. Ooh, that's pretty. Mauve, okay. Oh, that's such a beautiful deep color. They got butter and a little syrup. They gulp down whatever you give them. Oh, that's funny. Do you think they even taste it? I'm gonna go ahead and break off that chunk of mauve also and drop it in. That pigment is completely fine for use. Here's our sap green. It's possible that one of the sap greens isn't open because there are 2 of them. Nope. Well, this one's open, so I'm gonna go ahead and... This one doesn't feel, though, like it's been used much at all. So I explained this earlier when I was plating my first 5, but I usually fill them to where it looks like they're about 3/4 of the way full, because after this I stir the paint down into the pan. And this one is that Hooker's Green Dark. Ooh, it's so buttery and pretty. Okay. That means that I can also grab other sap green and put it in the done pile as well. All right, my next step is stirring these up. It's so small. They are small. These are what they call half pans. And I have full pans as well, but since I like to go out in nature and paint so much, I like my paints being in small pans so that it doesn't take up a lot of space if I'm carrying them around. So right now I'm stirring this in. I did dip my needle in water so that it would stir a little bit better. And I'm stirring to get out any bubbles. And I'm gonna go ahead and... all that good. And then I'm gonna put it over here to dry. Then, because I am so parsimonious with my paints, I take it and I put my needle rub my needle off as much as I can on my palette so that I can use that paint. Then I wash off my needle and do the next color. So this is the yellow ochre, and it's got that those chunks of dry in it, which is fine because these are going to, this whole thing is going to be dry when it's ready. Lots of watercolor artists work with their paints straight out of the tube. I've never really used them straight out of the tube and wet like this, except when I am plating them and trying them out like I'm doing today. I always put them in little pans and let them dry. And these are also professional grade. And there are a couple things that are different with artist grade or professional grades versus student grade. Artist grade paints are more pigmented. So there's more pigment. The pigment to binder ratio is higher than in student grade. And lots of times they are more light fast. Okay. Oh, this mauve is pretty. It's so deep, deep, deep purple. Yeah, that's a gorgeous color. I'm gonna push that little piece that was already dry down in there. And there are no bubbles in the glob of paint itself, but once I put it down in the pan, bubbles are then formed in the corners of the pan or underneath if it, you know, can just make spaces for air. So I'm gonna brush that off. And I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what this purple looks like on a bookmark. Oh, that's pretty. You can really see the color of it when it's over that white. I really like yellow ochre too. Ochre is just, man, it's a fun one because lots of times it's more opaque than others that could be the same color but not the same quality of opacity. And yellow ochre just, I always use yellow ochre when I'm painting anything natural. The sap green, I really like sap green too. I've never used this brand of paint before. And before today, this is the first time I've ever used any of them. And I'm excited. They're so pretty. This song always makes me just want to sing along with it because I love this song. Randy Newman is such an amazing musical talent. And this is just kind of a longitude. And this is just such a cute song. Will ever love you the way I do. Just me and you, boy. There we go. This is the last one. The Hooker's Green Dark. Turn it up good. You got a friend in me. I can't sing that low. That's annoying. All right. So usually Hooker's Green is a cooler, so it's got more blue in it, and sap green usually has more yellow, even yellow ochre, I think. ahead and... Okay, needle's clean. Let's bring back the paper. So we're just gonna freehand this. I have no plans whatsoever of what I should do here. I got him too. There we go. Alright, if we're just freehanding some flowers, I want one of the brushes that a little dipper. Okay, we'll use this one. I'm gonna put this in place so that my hand doesn't get oils on my other bookmarks. Okay. This is the cadmium yellow that we used over here. Let's go ahead and make these. Okay, I'm gonna mix up some of the mauve. Oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna have this flower being kind of facing this way. I think I can turn that into a flower when I add some darker colors. All right. Right now it's kind of a blob, but that's okay. Oh, that's amazing. You're a color expert. What do you mean, Nashi? How am I color expert? I'm now going to see if I can do kind of similar shape here. This is my really fancy paper, and it works so differently than the cheap stuff that I usually use because I'm afraid to waste my expensive paper. But this expensive paper does really well with layering, and it just soaks up the paint. It's just pretty. Know how to get a perfect lilac. See, that is just purely that one pigment. And it's me only using it. I'm actually gonna add some other colors in here, but me taking this little bit of blue. Might let this one dry first. Okay. Let's do one that's kind of coming out of the side. These are kind of weird tulip things. Okay, this one I messed up because I put it all down and then I painted over it before it was actually completely dry, so it started to make blooms. And that's not what I'm going for, so I'm actually just going to repaint it all so that it's all wet. and doesn't do that anymore. And okay, some more of that off. And go right in here. Good. And I don't know that I'm liking these flowers at all. They're really weird and not at all how I was the flowers that I was envisioning, at least. Let's put some darker mauve in down underneath here. And even if I do some stronger colors like that, I'll move it right down in here, see how that works. You know, I really should practice on this paper so that I can actually get good at doing art on the fancy paper. Crazy how that works. Okay. Let me see. How can I turn this blob into a flower? I need some negative painting here to make it look like there's some blooms on this side. Now it's kind of a funny little bell flower. Okay, it sort of worked. Gonna define it even a little bit more. I want the darks to be down in here, which would be kind of, if this is a cup shape, then it would be darkest right in there. This one would be darkest right underneath here. And then where this is dark, kind of move over. Man, I don't know. See, man, when I'm working on something like this and it starts to look this way, this is when I want to give up on it. Because these look like weird broken Easter eggs or something. Okay. I think that there should be a piece there. But I guess like I say in League, if you don't practice playing from behind, you don't ever learn how to catch up. So if I don't keep going when it looks like this, I never learn how to fix it. Sure. We will pretend that that makes sense. Okay, this one would be really deepest right in here. If my light is coming from... Honestly, I'm imagining the light kind of coming from the same place that it's coming from on this bookmark. That's easiest. That means you'd be able to see some interesting veins and outside of this petal, maybe. And it would come right over here like this. And then if this one is a petal, This would be darker here, so I can define... Yeah, that works. Thanks, Nashi. Always was here for a while, but I'm not sure. She said she had to go, but she'd be back. I think I'm going to turn this one into a bloom that hasn't really opened yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then deepen that a little. Yeah, these are kind of little mini tulip cup things now. That's fine. I don't know what kind of flower does that, but... Well, I know one flower that does it. This kind. Kind of just imagining how these petals would be wrapping around in here. Okay. Alright. Well, I think about that. Hi, kitty cat. Oh, look at that little paw. It's so cute. So cute. Gotta wiggle the paintbrush for the cat just a little. Yeah. She's good company for me. Okay, let's just mix up some of the sap green. I like green and purple together really well. I think they look good. Just gonna freehand these these ones are both kind of coming from behind. I'm gonna go ahead and dab in this Booker's green. Ooh, that's pretty. Make... Let's see here. Not enough moisture on my brush here. I am used to working, like I was saying, with the dry paints. And with the dry paints, you get your brush really wet to rehydrate them, obviously. And so I'm finding that I'm not very good at figuring out how much water to use on these ones that are wet. So now I'm just getting some of the yellow on my brush, some of the green on my brush, and just moving it down a little bit. I'm just gonna let that bleed together. I think that'll be really pretty. If only I could make the petals that pretty. Okay, get some more green. And some of the yellow. This is a little bit of negative painting here because this leaf would be going behind that one. I'm just gonna swoop some pretty color along the edge here. And that can just be kind of an inferred petal or leaf. And then a little bit of that hooker's green. Oh, the colors are so pretty. See, that's helping them look more like flowers, less like plastic Easter eggs. We're good with this. Where are you going, cat? Oh, gotta turn around, of course. She can't not attack the paintbrush. She can't do it. She'll try, but she can't resist. There it is. There it is. You're a good girl. Okay, let's do another flower. Let me get a wet brush. Or another petal, I mean. Nice. And then I'm gonna get some yellow and a little bit of that other green on my brush and do the other side of it. And then I'm gonna get a little bit more concentrated green. And go through there. That is kind of pretty. Alright, let's do one over here, as if there's a flower here that we don't know about. I'll get some of that really concentrated yellow. And let it come right up here. Yeah, I like that. Looks good. I like the shape. Thank you, Nashi. This is actually all music from video games, and I didn't pick the specific tracks, but this one, my goodness, the violin is gorgeous on this, and I might have to remember this one. Woo! Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Oh, always, thank you. Or wait, let me see. I can only see part of the message. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I can't even see that. Was that you, Nashi? Does that say that Nashi gave always a sub? Okay. These flowers need more depth, so we're gonna give them some deeper colors. Whoops, there was still some green on my brush and that just made mud. Gifted a sub to always. Okay, perfect. That's what I thought it was, but it wouldn't show me all the way. So, yeah. Okay, let's make this dark purple. Oh, it's pretty. Yeah. These almost look like crocuses. Ooh! Thank you. Dramatic and scary noise. Thanks, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull that up a little bit. They're very abstract type flowers. Let me see here. These ones, I need to make it clear that this is a flower petal inside. I think this might be like that petal curling right there. There we go. That looks pretty good. It's kind of conveying what I want it to do. Gonna give it some lines. Oh my gosh, working with professional paints is just like on nice paper. It's just the difference of night and day. Look at that. These beautiful dark darks. So pretty. It's so pretty. Okay. I want it to be extra dark under here. And then this one is gonna wrap around the bloom like that. Maybe this pretty color. This one. And then I can make in here yeah. Such a pretty color. Yeah, see, I'm actually happy with these two now. I might lift a little bit of the color off of this side if it will let me. Let's see how liftable this is. Ah, very. Just so that we can still see that it's in shadow on this side. Yeah, it looks three-dimensional. I'm liking it. Okay. Now we're gonna do this one, which would be this petal coming right over here. Nice. I think we're seeing the back of this petal right here. And then this petal is actually folded out facing us a little bit. So its back is going to be right along like this. So this would have contours that go kind of inward. Okay, I'll figure out the contours on that in a little bit. Thank you, Nashi. I'm liking it better than I was in the beginning. I swear, every art piece that I paint goes through an ugly phase, then they usually get better. Let's, you know, I want to take a little bit of this blue that we tried. See what happens if we try to darken that up with the blue. Yeah, that's pretty. I like it. I want to give some blue to this under as well. Maybe a little bit here. Okay. This one can have its pieces here. I think I'm gonna see how... I don't want to use that one. I need a red that will work with purple. That's what I need. But let me look at this box. Venetian red? That sounds warm. I don't know what that is. It sounds warm to me. Quinacridone red. No. Quinacridone's violet iron oxide. Okay. I don't know what violet iron oxide looks like, but we are gonna find out. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and label this DV Pro. Violet iron oxide. Sounds like it has potential of blending with a violet. Looks kind of brick-like. For the record, don't do this over a painting that you care about. This is just asking to mess it up. Okay, where did I put my needle? Oh, here we go. Okay. I'm gonna dip it in water. Yeah, this is looking warmer than I was thinking when I heard the word violet. But then again, iron gets to be a very red color. When you're looking at pigments in nature, the redder inorganic pigments usually are heavy in iron and okay. And then iron oxide would be like rust, so that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna put this one over here to dry now. And it'll let me make a warm violet. Okay, this is gonna be funny, but I'm gonna be painting off of my brush, my my needle here. I'll go ahead and use that. I'm gonna see if I can warm up the... Oh, it almost looks like a brown over the purple. Yeah, not liking that. Okay, well, we learned. So I'm gonna smooth it out. I mean, not that it's a bad thing, it's just not what I want on my flowers. It'll still give them a nice kind of what am I thinking? Shadow in there, so that's fine. But yeah, it was very more of a dull color than I was thinking. So that's not gonna work for what I want. it's possible that this red... Hey, Always, welcome back. Welcome back, Always. And Nashi gave you a sub, which I really appreciate. Okay, I'm actually going to use some of the red that we used over here and see if I can give these a warmer tint on the inside of the petals. So I think that would look pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, okay. I want to actually do more of the red on the inner side of this petal. Okay, there we go. Yeah, none of these reds are really working with the purple. When you mix, even though red and purple are next to each other on the color wheel, you have to be kind of careful when you mix them, because if you have a very blue purple and a purple that's a very cool color and a red that's very warm or has yellow in it, then you're really mixing like blue and yellow, which are going to give you green, and green and purple are going to make mud. So, kind of tricky that way. Okay, now I'm gonna rinse off my brush and maybe I'll pull that up a little bit more. So if you want to get a warmer purple, you need to start with a red that's already purplish, you know? Purple's just one of those tricky colors in watercolor. I want this petal to be clearly back behind the other petals. So come on, petal, get with the program. Okay, there we go. That's better. This is funny music. It feels very puzzle solving. So this flower is a little bit trickier because it's pointing away from the light. And so it's going to be more lit up in the back here. Oh, this is fun music. It's not very calm though. We might change this track. We're gonna skip this one. I like it. It's just not calm. Okay, I pretty much like all of the music from Octopath Traveler. It's just beautiful. When my husband was playing this video game, I was like, you can just leave the sound on because I really like the music. Okay, let's go ahead and darken up what's going on back here. And this one I want to fade upwards. There we go. It's kind of a weird little flower, but that's fine. Flowers aren't perfectly shaped, so we're good. Let's give a little bit more definition to the leaves while I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna just get sap green again and make a few extra lines. I want them to kind of have the same line style as the flowers do. Because right now the flowers have a lot of visible lines, and I think it'll look cool if the leaves imitate that style. So I'm just adding a few lines here and there. Let me move that back. And then on the other sides, I'm going to make a more yellowy green. And just pull it down to be bright and pretty. Yeah, I like what that's doing. And then a bit more of that hooker's green. Good. Okay. I'm going to take a pretty concentrated, pretty concentrated pigment to water here and see if I can make this look a little bit more like there are intentional sepals on this piece. Good. And then I'm going to take even a darker green and go down the side of this stem. I'm gonna do the same thing on this one. Ooh, this is cool music too. However, it's a little bit dark. And this one is so exciting. Okay, this one sounds good. All right. We're gonna show that this is facing towards us because it would be really dark back here towards the back, and then it would get lighter as it came out towards us, and it would be darker on the bottom than on the top where the light is. So I'll do that and let it fade up a little bit. Thank you, always. Thanks, Nashi. Let's see. They do, you know, always, that's funny. I actually said the same thing when I was freehanding flowers, and then I was like, they kind of look like tulips, and then I'm like, no, they're starting to look like crocuses. And I'm good with crocuses. I have absolutely nothing against crocuses. They're great. I think I'm gonna do a little tiny, just bloom purple thing here. We aren't even gonna get to know where on the flower it is, but that white spot is bothering me. So I'm gonna put a purple spot there instead. And remove the cat hair. Or not. The cat hair can stay till it's dry. It's fine. Whatever. I like cat hairs. It's all good. It's all good. Just giving a little bit of lines here that are kind of trying to give these weird blobs some shape. Really, this one back here doesn't really matter. Nice. Alright, I am now liking all of these. Except for that one. And I'm really not sure how to fix that one. This petal works. I get that one. This one works. Sort of. Okay. I think this should be darker there and darker here. And then it should be even lighter there. I wonder if I could lift some of the color on the back, kind of on the base of that. Oh, thanks, Bracood. I do love crocuses for that reason. Crocuses and like the grape hyacinths. I really like them too. And daffodils. All the first flowers of the spring that are just like, you know what? We know that it is time to be spring. And we're just gonna do it. I want this to be a little bit better defined. Maybe if I brought some sort of petal in there, it would help. Well, it didn't hurt. This would be in shadow here, I think. And there. And if this is more in shadow. Yeah, that one's actually starting to look okay. I'm okay with that. Dum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Request a bright blue sky with white clouds for the next one. Oh my gosh, okay. Bracood. And snowdrops. Okay. Okay, then what's on the land? Is it just a sky and snowflakes? Oh, cat, you are so cute. It shouldn't be legal to be as cute as you are. This little black tummy. I know, she's really putting on a show for you guys. She's like, this is nice. You're not playing games, you're just here where you can touch me and rub my tummy. Okay. Small hint of snowy hill on the bottom. Okay, ouch, ouch. So it's gonna be one great big sky. I mean, that is kind of a weird, weird shape for a great big sky like that. Okay, let's define this one a little bit more. That was more water than I meant to have there. So I want some deeper purples. I feel like this bookmark needs to have some darker darks. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, there we go. And we'll make sure that this has some darks in there. Let's see. Did you adopt the cat you found? Oh, always. The story with the cat is a long story. And it's kind of sad. He had an appointment to be fixed on a Monday, and I didn't see him for several days, and I was really nervous about it, worried for him. And then I finally went out looking for him Sunday night, and I found him under a bush, and he was really sick. And so I brought him in. He wouldn't eat cat food, but I baked a chicken breast and fed him little pieces of that and got him to drink and eat that chicken breast. And then he just sat there in our bathroom all night long. And in the morning I took him to the vet where he had an appointment, but he was obviously too sick to get fixed that day. Okay, not the right music. Okay. He was too sick to get fixed. He had a temperature of 105, and so I took him in. They gave him an antibiotic shot and a steroid and wanted to keep him overnight, and I said that was fine. And then they called me the next morning when they had decided that he was ready to be fixed because his temperature was down, and which I think that if you have a raging fever of 105, I mean, I think cats are regularly around 100, but still. So they had anesthetized him and were going to fix him, and then looked and realized that he was already fixed and had been fixed maybe 3 or 4 days earlier. And so that's why it didn't look like he was fixed yet. And so then they scanned him for a microchip, and it said that he belonged to a house that was about half a mile away from us. So I called that house, and they said, oh, well, he's been roaming around all summer, so we gave him to somebody who lives down there by you. They were supposed to change the microchip. And I was like, okay. And so that guy said, though, that he thought he knew who had taken him in and that he would call and let them know. And so I called the vet and told them what was going on, and that family said that they would call and let the new owners know where he was. I was like, well, I guess this is out of my hands now. Gertie is gonna drink the paint water because she loves to drink the paint water. Gertie, get off. You can drink the paint water, but you can't do it from standing on my painting. Thank you. So I figured, well, I guess I'm done with this cat then. But the vet called me and wanted to know if they could give my number to the new owners. And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And so they called and said that they were thankful that I took care of their cat and that they, I don't know. So he's now their cat, but he's okay. The vet thinks that he would not have made it. He wasn't going to make it very long there under the bush, and apparently it was kind of a post-op infection because they let him out a couple days after fixing him. And so, yeah. So he's not my cat, and it's sad because I really was ready to adopt him. I really liked him. And he was nice to Gertie, and it was funny because he looked like Gertie, just a little black cat, and so, but his owners have been nice to us since then. They thanked me for taking him in and taking care of him, and, Brakud, you texted me pictures for inspiration. Brakud, send them to my Discord. I can't actually see them because my phone is being a camera right now. This right here is my phone. Rude. I know. I'm sorry, Brakud. I'm sorry. I can't decide if this is done. It doesn't look done to me, but I don't know what more it needs. Maybe it needs some pops of yellow here and there. Just give it some yellow on this leaf. Some really brights. Yeah, that helped. Gertie, get your foot out of my paint water. What are you doing? Yeah, I'm glad that I saved him too. And I know it's silly to miss him, but I do, you know, I was used to going to the door and looking to see if he was there, and yeah. Gertie, stop. Gertie, what are you doing? Really causing trouble, cat. Okay. Rakud, I now have your Discord open so I can see if you text me pictures. Alright, Gertie is now drinking the paint water because that's her favorite beverage ever. Whatever, Gertie. Okay, so snowflakes, huh? The nice darks on this now make this look kinda anemic. Ah, that's okay, it's a bookmark. Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna look at some other colors. Here's an indigo. If we're going for a blue sky, the purpose of tonight was to put some of these colors out on pans, and we've done a lot so far. Let's see if I see more blues. Phthalo blue. Okay, we can use that one for the sky. And Artemis. Don't know what color that's going to be, but it sounds pretty. Can do Artemis. Okay, Berkud. Oh, okay. Okay, I see skies. I can do that. Okay. This is gonna be kind of strange on a... Oh, you took all of those pictures? They're pretty. Okay. Then yeah, let's put out a couple, what is this? Terracotta. That sounds good. Like a road. And for the, let's see, for kind of clouds, kind of usually like a purpley color, purpley gray, or like an indigo. I think I saw an indigo in here. Permanent Artist's Indigo. Perfect. Okay, we'll see what color this is. If it is... Oh, look at that. There are also 2 Permanent Artist Indigo. Oh my gosh. So many wonderful colors. Okay. I just scared Gertie. Oh my gosh, she even fluffed her tail. You got a fluffy tail. It looks so stupid. Okay. Bleeding Heart Blossoms would make a lovely bookmark. Oh, it would! That would be such a pretty, because you could do kind of them cascading downwards. That would be really very pretty. Okay, so these are the ones that we are going to plate out for this one. Permanent Artists... Artemis, Indigo, Phthalo Blue, and Terracotta. Oh, I didn't get hands. Okay, since the cat is gone, we will turn off the cat cam. And plate some of these. Oh, where's that 4th? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'll zoom out again. That sounds so official. What I'm doing is moving the camera. Okay. DV Pro. DV Pro. DV Pro. Whoops. Alright, Terracotta. Phthalo Blue. Indigo. And Artemis. I'm gonna brush these crumbs off into the trash can. Alright, Terracotta. I'm excited about this. Oh, it's pretty. It's like a very rusty color. Okay, I start by squeezing into the corners. And I try to squeeze from the back of the tube. Woo! Aw, thank you, Bracood! The sub to armor. Armor, you lucky duck. I don't know if Armor is still here. He was here. He offered to buy me $100 worth of RP and said that he had had an adult beverage. So I don't know what he's up to. Armor! Awesome! You are still here. You are worth it, Armor. You are awesome. Oh my goodness, this phthalo blue is so pretty. It's so dark. It probably just looks black on stream, but... oh wow. Oh, can you guys see that? Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. It's like midnight blue. That's just so pretty. Okay. Stop gushing over that. I'm breaking off the little dried bits. So for any of you who weren't here earlier, I explained I got these paints from a person on Facebook Marketplace who was selling them because she found a brand that she liked better. And these are professional grade, and I mean, they're wonderful. How many ounces? I wanted to know how many ounces this was. This one might be 15 or so. No, this is, oh, milliliters, sorry. Yeah, I was meant milliliters. This is 37 mils of yellow ochre, which is great. So this is probably 15 mils. Yeah, this is 15 mils. So most of them are 15. But there are a few that are 37, and she was just getting rid of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I will buy these. Do I need more paints? No. Definitely not. Ooh, this one's pretty too. Ooh. That one really... oh, I love indigo. Indigo and Payne's Gray are just usually really pretty colors. Okay, and Artemis. Indigo. Artemis, I didn't know was a color. So we're gonna find out what color it is. So far, I can say it is dark. Really dark. Man, I still can't tell what color it is. Maybe this is black. Look at that light fastness. Excellent. It says if it's staining, if it's... oh, it's got viridian green, ultramarine blue, and anthraquinone red. Okay, so this is actually going to be pretty purplish, I think. Maybe really, really dark purple. Okay. Where's my needle? Oh, here we go. Okay. First, we are going to mix up Artemis here. I'm going to get a little bit of water because it was kind of very, very viscous. Okay. So if you just came in and you're wondering why on earth I am mixing this up, it's because it gets bubbles in it. And I am plating these out so that they can dry. And if it dries with the bubbles in it, it's more likely to flake and crack and not stay in the pan. Man, that's so dark. Okay. Artemis has been stirred. And I'm gonna rub the... maybe it is just kind of a black. No. See what color it is on this. Yeah, it just looks like a really purple black. Ooh, that's pretty. That's gorgeous. I like dark colors. I really like gem tones. Okay, this is our indigo. I'm gonna get some more paint on my needle and stir it in. Usually the paint doesn't get bubbles in it, but when you plate it, bubbles get caught between the paint and the pan sometimes. So I try to work the paint into the corners and then stir it up good. And then because I am very parsimonious with my paints, I even keep what I can off of the needle, which I know is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But look at this. So far, we've painted these bookmarks only with the paints that I've rubbed off of a needle like this. Okay, here's that indigo. Oh, it's so pretty. Yeah, that's like, it looks almost like ink. When ink gets diluted, you know, and it's actually bluish sometimes. Okay. Next, this is the phthalo blue. Keep in mind that is spelled P-H-T-H-A-L-O, blue. Phthalo is a weird word. And yeah. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. The rest of the stream has been very calm, but I'm actually quite excited for these colors, and so the excited music is great with me. Lots of times if you're having real trouble with the bubbles messing up your paints, you can add water so that they are less viscous. The only problem is that then you it takes longer for them to actually dry, and I'm wanting these to dry in their little pans. Ooh, look at that blue, that's so pretty! Yeah, that's just beautiful. Okay, last one is this terracotta. Wow, the terracotta is really thick. Look at that, it's not even moving as I stir. Come on, work with me here. Okay, starting to get it to stir in together now. Gonna go ahead and push it up against the sides. This color reminds me of rust a lot. It's kind of like if you have something metal that's been sitting out on a concrete block or something, and you lift it. This is the color that's left behind. I dipped my needle in the water this time because I wanted to get as much of that off as I could. It's really thick. Okay. Certainly not as pretty of a color as the blues. I mean, in my opinion, I really love blue. Okay, good. Needle is clean. Okay, so we want a sky, huh? we're gonna do this one a little bit differently. I'm gonna do this one in a horizontal style, in landscape, as they say. Gonna make sure that my tape is down. Those pictures that you sent, Brakud, did give me inspiration, so I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, we're gonna zoom in. I'm gonna get another paper towel here. And put my paints down. Okay. I'm gonna use some tape. Now, if I do this, yeah, this is going to be cool. Okay, I'm thinking about a study in perspective, kind of. All right, this one's going to be in a different style. The land is going to be here. And it's going to be pretty much straight across, and we're going to make it desert. Oh, but always wanted snowflakes. Okay, then it's going to be straight across and it's going to stay snowy. Then, okay, I'm gonna paint. We're gonna add the snowflakes later on with white, probably. Okay. I'm gonna go with the... Let's see. Is this the... Okay, this is the cerulean blue that we did earlier. I'm kind of just drawing clouds with my brush. And cheerful, funny music. Okay. Oh, it is not easy for me to just freehand stuff. Makes me nervous. Also, a lot of watercolor artists practice their skies and clouds and make them look really good. I haven't done that before. I've tried a couple times, but never worked super well. Making sure that my sky goes all the way out to there. And it's got enough of this pretty blue. That cerulean does make a pretty sky blue. Uh-oh, got something else in it there. There's cat hair. Nice. Okay. Now, let's see. This is the Artemis. Oh, that's pretty. Kind of seeing, it's definitely a very gray. And then this is the indigo. Okay, perfect. And use those. I have seen people paint clouds though. I can do this. Okay, I'm gonna look at the pictures of your clouds. Okay, I need to make the sky more dramatic. More. Let's try the phthalo blue, because I'm excited. If it's dry enough. Ah, it's not really quite dry enough. Okay. Then we can use the phthalo blue. Ah, let's just do it anyway. Ooh, yeah. This is gorgeous. Oh, that's a pretty color. Yeah, that's pretty. I want it to get all the way up to the edge of that. Okay. Move this in here. Okay, a little more. Oh, that's a pretty color. My goodness. That is easily my favorite color of this whole batch so far. Let's add some of it right in there. Here we go. There we go. Very pretty. I think we'll make this cloud come up this way and stop right there. Okay. Okay, I am now going to take the, let's see, the Artemis. and the indigo. Actually, I'm gonna take just the indigo and paint kind of gray. In looking at the clouds that Rakud posted, I'm gonna try this. Not a technique I've ever done before. Not sure that it's one that watercolor artists even do on skies, but I'm just going for it. Trying to leave some whites around the edges, maybe. So that it looks like it's backlit. Okay, now I'm going to take some pretty concentrated indigos and put it in a few places. That's kind of working. Looks like clouds, sort of, if you're imaginative a little bit. Go ahead and add a little bit of the blue over here and see what that does. I want to leave less of the white on the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of the mauve. Okay, that's kind of working. I'm gonna go in with some of the indigo now on this one. Do a similar thing. But I think I'm gonna try just wetting the whole thing down first. Especially on paper like this, that's so willing to bleed, and nice paper. Oh, thank you for the follow. We're just kind of chilling tonight. Thanks for being here. That's looking like clouds. Yeah. It's like very angry clouds. Okay. Good. Then if it's... I really only needed the tape for this sky part, so we're gonna take this off now. Yeah. And now I'm going to do some dramatic perspective stuff. Basically, I'm gonna make a road. And I want to get this right, so I'm gonna use a straight edge. I want my road to look, you know, road-like. Okay. I'm actually just gonna use a flat brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and use the, what was this one that was this the art? I think this is the Artemis one. There's gonna be, I want right in the middle, should be here. Ooh, I'm throwing my paintbrush. It's exciting. Gonna do kind of a dry brush thing going on here. Gonna pick up some more of the Artemis. So here I want to make sure that the more visible lines are off in the distance, because that's almost an optical illusion going on here. That's so fun. This just looks like an exercise in perspective drawing, you know? I am going to, when it is, I'm gonna wait till it's almost dry. Okay. Put a couple dots for the lines on the road. So much fun. Okay. Alright, I'm looking at these clouds that you sent, Bracood, and I think I'm gonna add a few more angry clouds in there, hopefully. We're gonna try. Now that they're dry. Actually, I think I'll take some of the phthalo blue. That was this one. And see what happens if I try to go in and kind of make the edges. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I want this to look a little bit like skies poking through in some places. And then this one, though, I want it to just look like really mean, scary clouds. Okay. I think that accomplishes the mean clouds. Angry looking clouds. Alright, so right now, this is snow. I can't decide if it looks good as snow. Kind of just looks... How can I make it look more like snow? Okay, I have an idea. I'm going to get some very watered down phthalo blue on my brush. And then I'm going to dry it off and do kind of a dry brush. There we go. Helps a little bit. I'm feeling like this should have some bold lines. Even like telephone poles. Telephone poles would be good. Okay, but telephone poles, I don't know if I can paint them straight enough. Ooh, I don't know. I'm kind of chicken. Okay. I'm gonna take a smaller brush here. Oh wow, I've never even used this brush. It's still stiff with the glue. Okay, well, I'm not gonna do that then. I don't know where that brush came from. Okay, we'll use this one. The Fine Touch. It's around. And we're gonna do this one with the Indigo. Okay, let me think about this. Perspective-wise, there would be... Let's start with a kind of middle of the road here. There's one. We'll have another one here. And then this one would also be a little bit thicker. And then this one would be clear out here by us. And that looks pretty cool. Yeah, this is definitely just playing with perspective. And then we will do one more little tiny one there. Okay. Here we have this one. And this one. Seeing if I can get these to be roughly the same. And then this one, its bottom is right here. And then this one, its bottom is about that far, and top goes to... right in here. Okay. I want it to be very, very, very dark on the left side. It's okay if on the right side it looks a little bit more let me think about this. What do telephone poles have? You're on the phone now. Okay, sounds good. Telephone poles, I think I like... They have 3 things and a... I don't know what a telephone pole looks like. My goodness. I think these ones can be whatever we're feeling. So we're gonna give it bars, or rather poles. Okay, now I'm going to try to make these ones up front look a little bit rounder by putting some really dark darks along one side. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the second one back, because I want it to look more like it's... There we go. Okay, scary ominous music we're gonna skip. Okay, what else does this need? Does this need anything else? It's kind of a weird bookmark right now, and it feels almost unfinished to me, but I'm not sure what I should add besides... You know what? Maybe go ahead and define the edges a little bit. Just on these front ones. That helps a little. I'm gonna make this darker, closer to us, and let the road start to look not as dark as it goes away. That helps. I don't know why I'm doing it with ink though. I can more easily do it with paint. Take the Artemis again. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of the black and just make it really black. Then, if I rinse my brush, I have basically just a clean brush. I'm going to let it bleed upwards to the rest of the road. I'm gonna get a little bit more of the black now. And put it right on there. Good. And as that dries, I'm actually going to pull up further. I might have to encourage it. Nope, it's going. There it goes. We're going to just let it do its thing. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna mess with it because I can't keep my hands off it. Gonna lift some of the color out from far away. There we go. That looks better. Now, with the has 4 snowflakes. Let me see what I could do if I got my metallic. There. Let's see what we can do with this silver. It might not work, but it might. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure that everything else is covered. Even my desk. And I better let the road dry first. All the way. Good night, Mom. Thank you for being here. Hi, kitten. Are you coming back? Shall we turn on your camera again? Okay. The cat is gracing us with her presence again. Hi. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens if we just speckle. Well, this is exciting music too. My goodness. The silver is obviously not opaque, but it's looking pretty. I'm just not gonna hit the road yet. It's gonna look like it's just starting to snow. And if it doesn't end up looking like that, then I'm gonna take some opaque white. Oh, I'm sorry, cat. I just hit her in the face. She didn't even flinch. Okay. And that road is still wet. This is cheerful music, I like it. Okay, let's see what I can do with one of my white gel pens. Sometimes these work really well. Other times they don't. And I don't know what the difference is. This one seems to be working okay. Really, I just want to supplement the the silver snowflakes with some that actually show up a little bit better. I don't even have to do it anywhere except for, I mean, it doesn't have to be over the land. Okay. Well, man, it's actually really late. I didn't realize it was so late. I've had a good time. I'm gonna put my paints away while this road dries, because it's not cooperating with me. Taking its own sweet time. But here are the things we got done today. Plated all of these beautiful colors. And I think we decided there were 36 total, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. So we did almost half of them. And they can dry now, which is good. Painted 3 bookmarks. And yeah, we've had a good time. It's been peaceful and relaxing. Yeah, she's still on the phone. There we go. Okay, it's been peaceful and relaxing, right? Right? I'm telling myself that I'm at peace and relaxed. I actually really like the snowflakes. I don't know if it shows up on camera as well as... I'm gonna twist it around so that you can see the shiny snowflakes. Okay, let's go ahead and put just a couple here on the road. There we go. Nice. I think the trees are still my favorite, but I just really like the rainbow effect that we got going on with those trees. The crocuses are okay. They're better than I thought they were going to be. And honestly, I'll probably make some adjustments to them. The next time I see them, I'll know what they need. So everybody, thank you so much for being here. Gertie says hello. Hi. Gertie's gonna look right at the camera. There we go. Ah, everybody remember, thank you so much for being here. Volume on that music down so I can talk. Thank you for being here. We had a great time. Remember that you are a priceless gem of infinite strength and potential. And treat yourself and others accordingly. I will see you next time. I'm going to see if Gio wants to play a couple games of League, and we'll go from there. Everybody, thank you for being here. Bye.